Today we're going to be doing a review on the best structured infant seat. Today we have the Bumbo, the Mamas and Papas, and the Fisher-Price seat. First we have the Bumbo infant seat. One of the things that I really like about this seat is the material because it's very easy to clean. The seat also comes in a variety of different colors. It's good for really skinny babies because the holes where the legs go are really small. And it's all one piece, so it's easy to move around from room to room in your house. However, the cons about the seat is that it has a small base, so if you have a baby who's particularly strong, they may be able to flip the seat over, which has happened to a couple of infants. I also do not like the positioning of the buckles on the inside, especially if you have a boy. It's not a very good spot. It's just a weird angle for all the straps to be at. It's very hard to get them in with the buckles still being out, and then it's hard to buckle it in once they're in the seat. Another thing is that the tray is sold separately. The other seat that I have, the Mamas and Papas chair, the tray comes with it. This one comes separately, and it's also a very flimsy tray. And it's kind of hard for the baby to breathe in it, at least I think so, from what I've seen with my son in it. He's in a really weird shape. It doesn't really seem like it gives him like a natural sitting position. It's more of like a forced sitting position, which I also don't think would be very good for his muscles developing because it's not really teaching him how to sit. It's just kind of holding him there. But besides that, I mean, it's a good choice. A lot of people do like this seat. It is also hollow on the bottom. A lot of infants that sit in it sometimes arch their backs and can flip out of the seat. But besides that, I mean, it's all right. The price for it was, it's not on here. Oh, the price that I paid for this, I'm sorry. The price that I paid for this was $40. It was $39.99. I purchased it at Target. You could also buy it at any other major retailer, such as Walmart or Babies R Us. Here I have my son in the Bumbo infant seat. As you can see, the holes for the legs are very small, so if you do have a chunkier baby, like most people do, you will not be able to fit them in the seat very comfortably. I also do have him buckled in, which most people, I would assume, don't use the buckles. It's very difficult to get the buckles strapped together once their baby's in the seat. It's very hard also to get the straps out to put the baby inside. He also doesn't really look particularly comfortable in the seat. He leans forward a lot in the seat. He's not big enough where he could arch his back out and get out of the seat. If I turn him around, he's not tall enough to do that yet. So if you do have the seat and you do put your infant in it, use common sense when you look at the back of the seat. If he's too tall for the seat and can fall out, arch his back and fall out, then obviously don't use the seat for a baby that's that big. The seat is also waterproof. Some people do put them in the shower or the bathtub with it. However, it's not recommended because obviously it's not a bath seat. It can't secure to the bottom of the tub, but it is waterproof. And that's about it for this seat. So next we have the Mamas and Papas infant seat. As opposed to the Bumbo seat, this one comes with the tray. It's also a lot more secure than the Bumbo seat. It doesn't really come off as easily. It also detaches. The material that this is made out of is similar to the Bumbo, whereas it's easy to clean. You can wipe it down very easily. The baby spits up in it. It's not a problem. You can wipe it down with a dry paper towel. The base is a lot larger, so the baby is not going to flip the chair over while they're inside of it. Also, the leg holes, are a lot wider than with the Bumbo seat, so a lot of chubbier babies can actually fit into this seat a lot more comfortably than with the Bumbo seat. However, there are no seat belts with this, which a lot of parents may or may not like. It's up to personal preference. There's no seat belt. This also comes out, and it can be used as a toddler seat. So when your baby gets older, they can also sit in it. However, I don't know how functional this really is. I don't know how many people would actually use that. But if you like it, it's there. Some of the things that I don't like about this seat, however, is that it's a lot harder to carry from room to room since it is multiple pieces. A lot of times if I have my child in my hand and I want to pick this up and move it into another room, I have to worry about this part falling off, which happens all the time. I have to carry it at a particular angle, and it's a lot heavier than the Bumbo seat. So I can't just pick this one up and move it from room to room as easily as I can with the Bumbo seat. Another thing is if you have a skinnier baby like I do and you put the baby inside of this, he may fall to the side a little bit. He's not really held up very well, which is a problem that I had with my son. He couldn't really sit up properly in this seat. It's not as deep of a seat as the Bumbo, so I personally think that it doesn't look as uncomfortable as a Bumbo seat. However, since it is so much wider, the baby does tend to fall from the side to the other side, and he has a problem keeping his balance. The price that this seat is $59.99, $60. I bought this one at Babies R Us, but it can also be purchased at other stores like Walmart or as well. And that's about it. So as you see from me having my son in the seat, it is a lot bigger than the Bumbo seat. He does look more comfortable. The leg holes are a lot wider, but there is also less support in this seat. This is what it looks like without the tray on it. I can't spin it around easily, so I'm not going to spin it around like I did with the Bumbo. This one is a lot sturdier on the floor. But I am going to attach the tray so you can see what it looks like with the tray on. There's a little hole that attaches to the inside of this white part, and there's 2 little hooks on the side. So, attach it here. Ooh, God bless you. And that clicks in, and now the tray is attached. So this tray is very secure. It's sturdy. However, if you do have a bigger baby, I don't know how sturdy it's going to be. But for an infant his size, he's 2 months old, this is a very sturdy tray. He's not going to be getting out of this. And again, there is no seatbelt, but that's fine. And he does look pretty comfortable in the seat. So I just, however, choose not to use this seat because he does sometimes fall to the side, or forward. So it's not very sturdy with him in it. The thing that I don't like about having him in the seat is that it doesn't give as much support as the Bumbo seat does, meaning that he does fall forward and sideways a lot more than he does in the Bumbo seat. But it is a lot more comfortable, and it's not as squished, and it is more sturdy as a seat in general as a whole. Last but not least, I have my favorite out of the 3. This is the Fisher-Price seat. This one is made out of a different material than the other ones are made out of. So when the baby spits up, it's not as easy to wipe off and wipe dry. However, this thing does come off, and it can be washed in the washing machine, which is a very good feature. So it can be sterilized. If you have a sick baby or anything else, you can throw it in the washing machine with hot water, and it can be sterilized and cleaned that way. This is also made out of fabric, so it conforms to the baby's natural shape and natural body, since not all babies are shaped the same. So this is what the inside looks like. It's soft, it's pliable, it's just fabric. It's a fabric seat. It forms to his body. This comes with 2 toys that are attached to it. So there comes with one like hard teether toy, and then it comes with this one. This is a butterfly and makes a little crinkly noise, which is really nice. So I could sit him in it, and he has something to occupy himself with instead of just sitting in the seat. These also are good for teething babies as well. They come off, and they can be cleaned. This whole seat actually folds flat. So let me show you. There's 2 buttons on the side. On here and on here. You push the buttons and it folds flat like this, so it can be traveled with. It can be stored if you live in a smaller apartment. And then it just pops back open. It clicks open. There's also a handle here, so it's very easy to move from room to room. Another thing that I like doing is putting him inside of it, and if I have to move into, say, the kitchen or the bathroom, I can just pick him up with him inside of it and move him, which I can't do with the other seats. It's also very fun pattern. It doesn't come in any other patterns as far as I'm aware of, but this is, it's nice and colorful. It's bright. This one doesn't come with a seatbelt, which some people might not like, but I personally don't really care. I think if your baby is big enough where they can get out and they need a seatbelt, then they might not. They probably shouldn't be in the seat in the first place. But that's the only con about this. It also has a very wide base, so you don't have to worry at all about it flipping over or about it moving. This one is my favorite out of all of them. He is the most comfortable in this one. I'm comfortable the most with him being in this one than all the other ones. This one retails for about $31.99, so $32. This was purchased at Babies R Us, but you can also purchase it at a couple of other places as well. As well as the other seats. So now I'm going to show you what he looks like in it. I have my son in the Fisher-Price seat now. As you can see, this one does give him a lot of support because it is all enclosed all the way around. The holes for the legs, the holes for the legs are pretty big. I don't think you can really see by how he's sitting, but any size baby could really fit in here. It does have the toys which he likes playing with. It has the little froggy eyes. His feet, let me show you, are nice and comfortable. This is padding all around. It's nice and secure. This isn't moving anywhere. I can lift him up with him being in the seat. And he's just very comfortable and very happy in the seat. This is, again, my favorite one. He does seem to be able to work out his muscles more in this since it's not a hard structured seat. It gives him the opportunity to work out learning how to sit up by himself and using those muscles since nothing's really holding him in one spot hard. So that's another thing about this seat that I do like. And he is very happy in the seat. He's very content. He's very comfortable. And this is by far my favorite seat. And this is the one that I would recommend to any mom that was looking for a structured seat to put their child or infant in. Again, he's 2 months old. Also, safety tips, always remember that not to put your child in a structured infancy if they cannot hold their head up by themselves, obviously. He's only 2 months old, but he does have very good head control. He can sit up when assisted. He can also stand when assisted. So make sure that your baby is ready for a seat before you put them in. And besides that, the price is only $32. It's the cheapest one out of the 3. So, there you go. Those are our seats. And we hope you enjoyed our video.